Hey everybody, we're about to head out and go to Nashville, or White House, just outside Nashville. And in the wake of all this activity that's gone on, you know, the tornadoes that just ripped through Nashville, we have thought about the way that our lives could be affected by that, and how if something happened to us, what would happen with Owen. And we got these special seatbelt covers that are meant to let anybody that might be like a safety officer know what our situation is.
So I had gotten these weeks ago, really, and I got one for our car and one for Keely's car, because those are the two vehicles that he rides in the most. So it's going on a seatbelt, and this isn't necessarily for tornado stuff. This is just my worry that we talk about quite a bit, that if we were driving and something happened and he was okay but maybe we weren't, like, how could they help him? So this says autism, nonverbal, may not respond to verbal commands, do not leave unattended, emergency help inside. And this is help belts. I'll share with everybody what the package looks like. Inside there is this piece of paper that comes out, and I was able to put his name, date of birth, allergies, and any information medically, phone numbers, emergency contacts, that kind of thing. Okay, well, let's give it a try. So we're gonna get him buckled. You can turn your light back on. And it just simply snaps. And it looked like to me that this was maybe like a person that makes these. So we got like 4 snaps, and this just gives me peace of mind. You know, you can show everybody we had gotten a kit at some point in our journey. All right, all buckled up. Just leave that on, okay? Get ready to go. Nice hands. Sit back. Right over here, we'd gotten a kit that was like alarm, and I don't remember what else, but, you know, will anybody even see that in case of emergency? I'm not sure.
On our window, just so if something did happen, that would be the first thing.
Right.
Or at least one of the first things.
We should probably have one on every window, actually. I think that any mom, any dad, any family that has a special needs kid or relative or whatever that you worry about when you're not with them, or when something happens and it's just like kind of an unknown. What do you do? What do they do? You can make a plan. We have a plan. We need to go over that more often, or sometime, about like if we had a fire. But we just plan on, Raji says that he'd be the one to go in and get Owen. And so, but when it's not that kind of situation, what if, you know, he's unable to communicate to somebody, he's left all alone, what needs to happen? It'd be great if he had something on him at all times that, you know, like a life alert, whatever they're called for old people, that, you know, I don't know, a bracelet, something that he could wear to let people know that they're going to have to ask him some questions or work with him, and have pictures maybe for him to point to. I saw that. I did some research today. I just typed in, what did I type in? Autism and natural disasters. And there really wasn't much that popped up. But there was you remember when he had that talker, an iPad that had buttons that he could push, and we decided to go with sign language instead of that. But they had like a graphic, a piece of paper with all those kinds of pictures on there that a person could have to say, I point to the I symbol, point to the need symbol, and then some things like water or doctor or whatever. But how do you make sure that kid how does he have that on him?
Right.
So anyway, the tornadoes rocked our world. I feel like to have such crazy damage so close to home.
I mean, it can happen so unexpectedly, and like I saw a news report that said that the tornado was in Nashville, at least, was like at 1 a.m, and I mean,
right.
What are we? If nobody knew it was coming. We didn't know the hail was coming at our house, which, I mean, Owen was in bed already. It was time enough to where we could have been in bed probably. But like, what if a tornado were to come through and we didn't know it was coming and we didn't have time to prepare?
I mean, anybody can relate to that.
Right.
Anybody.
Right.
But then I saw a report this morning, Daddy and I, while you were getting ready for school, and it was a firefighter that had helped a little boy his parents were or any of that. But there were power lines. There were all these, like Owen wouldn't know to keep going, or how that little boy knew not to push through. He could understand what the fireman was saying and to stop and wait and let him carry him out. But these are the kinds of things that special needs totally puts a different spin on things. I have a friend that's with the police department. I asked her, what do you all do? And they have plans in place for different, special needs, I guess. And they do some training for that. But I mean, you can't be trained for all situations. You don't. Right. If we have a fire at our house or some kind of issue at our house, there's that one sticker on that one window. Yeah. What if they come to the front door? Like, I almost feel like we need to spray paint on every wall. We're not going to do that, but right. Some kind of warning alert. Here's how things are at our house. So anyway, I think a natural disaster wakes anybody up, makes anybody think. But this has just really hit me hard. That what do we have in place that would make me have better peace of mind, just if something like this happens again, or happened in our neighborhood.
Right. So the seatbelt cover that we got is from Help Belt. They're a medical alert seatbelt cover.
I got them off Amazon.
Yeah, from Amazon. I mean, it's at first I was like, why is it rainbow color? That was my first go-to. But I mean, you're gonna see it.
Yeah, even if it in with the seatbelt, it needed to stand out.
If a wreck happened and this got thrown off the seatbelt somehow, which probably wouldn't happen, but. I mean, what does it say? Autism nonverbal may not respond to verbal commands. Do not leave unattended. Emergency info inside. And then the back has the, I guess, universal medical logo. So whoever were to be somebody that would respond would be able to tell for sure that the situation's a little bit different than maybe a normal one. And they can figure out what they need to do to better the situation.
Every special needs parent I know says that we got to live forever. We got to be able to protect, take care of our kids forever. And we all know that's not possible. But we have fears. And how are they going to be taken care of? And, there's just always that extra step with special needs. There's always that one more thing you got to think about. I never had this thought for you. I mean, it's valid for anybody. What if you had been 4 years old and scared out of your mind and not knowing what to say to somebody if we were in an accident? I mean, it's truly valid concerns for any parent, but when you have the special needs component, it just amps everything up. Like when we are older, when we're gone, what's happening with Owen's world? And so to get things into place, none of that was easy, figuring out a special needs trust and what to do in our will. But I mean, we were able to dig and ask questions and find people to reach out. But I know that it's not, safety isn't something that is on the front of your mind all the time.
Well, I've definitely had my fears about it before. I mean, I remember probably a few years ago that I would have been in bed for a little bit and let my mind drift off to just think about things and what if. I mean,
I remember that one time you got out of bed and you were like, what? And I just remember being thrown off, like, why are you thinking about that?
I really don't know why I ever thought of it, but I did.
Yeah, and it was, I don't even remember what you asked, but
if something were to happen to all three of us, me, my mother, and my father, then what would happen with, Owen would just be sitting in his room and not have anybody. I mean, I don't know what we would do.
Yeah, I don't either. We just have to pray that kind of thing never happens.
Right.
Are you back there in the back seat listening, taking all this in?
What do you say about it?
Say, I'm all good. Life's happy in my world.
Would you just start talking to people? Would you be like, yeah, I'm all right, but I think that they're back trapped under a fallen wall. Their mattress. What are you reaching for? What do you have to say? Anything? You just want to listen to music, honestly? Well, we're
Get
doing
ready
a
for
video.
dinner. You're like an hour late for dinner.
Man,
My brother is in town, which evidently is happening more and more with his work. He's having territory that he travels to. Travels to Tennessee, so we get to see him more often.
they live in Texas.
Yeah,
So we rarely see them.
Texas. So it's always a good time when we can come kind of meet midway and have dinner together. So it's a late night for us because we're usually already have eaten dinner at 6:20 at night. And Owen is not far from bedtime. He usually goes to bed around 8. But anyway, just not feeling, I feel so heavy. I hate that we're even having to, it's responsible to think about these kinds of things. And we have to. We have to be.
Anybody has to.
Yeah. But for hits so close to home, I mean, it wasn't just Nashville. There was damage in Alvaton.
And it wasn't the news report that I was talking about earlier. The main destruction was done near Cookville.
Right.
So
Where some of our close friends live.
Right. So Nashville for sure. We saw pictures of that I Believe in Nashville wall. That the whole building right next to it was torn down. That
wall remains.
That's awful. Yeah.
And we're big fans of Nashville. We're able to get there so easy.
I love going there.
You do love Nashville, and being from White House, which is not far from Nashville, it just feels like home to me. So anyway, we are all so sad and feel terrible for everything that the people that are unaccounted for, the homes that have been destroyed, the businesses that have been destroyed, the unknown, the injured, all of that. But it really wakes you up. It takes sometimes just something so awful to just make you think about your own life and just the everyday kinds of things. And so it really, my mind today to reach out to my friend who's a police officer to really think about what do we have set as emergency plans for our house. Have we communicated what we would like to happen to other people? Like, do grandmas know? Do neighbors know? Anybody should probably have that kind of information shared with their closest people, but we especially should say, hey, if something were to happen, know this.
Yeah.
Or this is what we would like for you to be aware of.
Eat.
What are you going to eat?
Oh, you're going to see your dad?
What are you going to eat? You just told me sweet potato.
Oh, sweet potato. I thought you were going to say turkey.
And what else? Some turkey. Gobble, gobble.
What do we do normally if we have to wait for seats in here? Do you look at the toys? Do you
Let's go
like
look at the toys.
Do you like the toys that make noise
Do
in
they
here?
have Elmo here?